When it comes to investing in precious metals, there's so many options out there. You've got gold bullion, silver bullion, platinum, palladium, silver bars, gold coins, silver coins. There's a vast mix out there, and even for people who've been investing in a long time, sometimes you can find yourself wondering, what is the best investment for me? Well, in this video, I'm going to be talking through why I love specific precious metal sizes, weights, shapes and designs, and what I'm stacking going forward throughout probably the next decade or so. Okay, so here in front of me, I've got a good selection of precious metals. You can see that in the top left corner here, I've got some silver bullion. We've got a Perth Mink Dragon Bar, an absolutely stunning piece, which I absolutely love. I've got a few of these, and I think they're a real nice investment. I've also got a Canadian maple here. The reason I love these is not just because of the design, but because of their minting quality from the Canadian mint. They really just prove to be one of the best for not resulting in milk spots when it comes to silver. Moving across here, you can see I've got a 1 gram Tavex Gold Bar. Absolutely love these. These are very, very popular, probably because they're one of the most affordable 1 gram gold bars out on the market. If you're buying brand new from bullion dealers, I think they're very cool. I like the size, I like the price point. I think they're a very attractive feature when it comes to buying much smaller weighted gold. Moving across here, I've got a 1 ounce 2023 King Charles Britannia. Absolutely love this piece. Of course, it's quite a substantial piece of gold bullion, holds an awful lot of value, stores an awful lot of wealth. Really great for hedging against that inflation and preserving your wealth, and also getting the best bang for your buck, so to speak. And overall, at the final piece here, we've got a 1/4 ounce gold Britannia, an absolutely stunning piece, which I'm really, really fond of. It's probably my favorite when it comes to fractional bullion because of its price point and the features that come with it. Now, there's a range of bullion here, of course, and it can seem maybe a little overwhelming. So what would I say for me is my favorite, and what would I probably go forward into the future with stacking? Well, of course, in the optimal sort of position, I'd love to be able to stack consistently 1 ounce gold Britannias, but I mean, we're talking at nearly £2,000 an ounce now. It's absolutely incredible, the value of gold. So buying these on a sort of regular dollar cost averaging basis to try and get the best bang for your buck over a long-term investment period, I think for most people is quite unrealistic. Having that level of capital to invest every single month, that's a lot of money. I mean, you're talking, if you're able to afford a 1 ounce gold Britannia every single month, you're looking at over £20,000 a year, if my calculations are correct. Because at the end of the day, if you were investing in, let's say, an ISA, you can invest in the UK up to £20,000 tax free. So we're talking big, big bucks here. That's around £1,666 a month. And of course, we know that 1 ounce gold Britannias are fetching a lot more than that. I don't think it's that far off from seeing these at, £2,000 an ounce. It's absolutely incredible. So this would be my favorite bullion piece, without a doubt. I think in regards to its price point, you're getting the most gold bullion for your money. When anything is sort of applied to logic when it comes to buying in quantity, you tend to get more for your money, and that same rule applies when it comes to the weight purchases of gold. If you're buying a 1 gram gold bar like we have in the back here, you're going to pay the most premiums. But if you're buying a 1 ounce gold Britannia like this, you're going to be paying the least premiums. And as an investor who is very much into getting the best value for my investment vehicle purchase at that specific time, it's hard to argue that the 1 ounce golden Britannia is the best investment when it comes to gold bullion. Now, realistically, I'm going to be straight. I can't afford to invest in a 1 ounce gold Britannia every single month. That's just an absolute extreme. So where would that leave me? Well, you could say let's look at maybe 1 gram gold bars, but we're making a massive adjustment there, going all the way from, an ounce of gold to 1 gram. So for me, you could say let's look at 5 gram gold bars, maybe ½ ounce gold coins. Yeah, they're definitely good investments out there. Gold is gold. But for me, I do have a real specific sweet spot for these quarter ounce golden Britannias, 7.7 grams of 24 karat gold bullion. I find it very hard to argue how these are not one of the best investments when it comes to fractional bullion. You're able to get so much for your money without getting absolutely hampered on those premiums. Not only that, again, it's a coin that's capital gains tax exempt, unlike bars in the United Kingdom. So you're never going to be paying tax on this Britannia because it's legal tender. Any coin minted from the Royal Mint in the United Kingdom is considered legal tender, making it exempt from capital gains tax. An absolute huge benefit, because at the end of the day, who wants to be paying tax when they sell their investment? I certainly don't. Now, I love these not only for their weight and their value, but for the security features. It may be small in size, but it's not small in stature. It holds the same purposes and respectful features that hold in a 1 ounce gold Britannia. You've got the wave design on the front, which, well, technically is the reverse, which is considered a security feature. And you've got the padlock, which flips to a trident, which is the Royal Mint's, in my opinion, signature security feature. I absolutely love these. Now, the price point of these, once again, has increased, as has gold's value. And that kind of makes these a less affordable option now. Even this is an awful lot of money. And, you know, I think buying one of these a month, if you're able to do that, is a fantastic achievement. If you've got that sort of financial circumstance that's available to you. But nonetheless, I mean, even if you're picking up a couple of these a year or 5 a year or something like that, I think it's a fantastic investment. I think they're so liquid. I think they're extremely popular. I love the way that, you know, they're globally known around the world. The Britannias are getting a very, very respected rapport, I would say, especially across Europe into the United States. And I think that's really, really going to help affect that resale value. Now, you could then move on to something smaller. We're going to talk about the 1 gram gold bar. For me, I have a real soft spot for these. It was the first ever investment I made in precious metals, simply because I was so nervous. I think, like all precious metals investors, when you start that first purchase into buying something as expensive as gold bullion, and for something that seems so small, it's quite intimidating. So I started off with 1 gram gold bars, actually from the Royal Mint, and I remember paying around £60 per bar at the time, and now they're fetching well over that. So even though the premiums are high, that proved to be quite a good purchase. And because of that, I do have a bit of a soft spot for these. I know the premiums are extortionate, and if you are purchasing them, bear in mind you cannot resell it, even in the short term or to mid-term, because you have so many premiums. You need to hold the item and wait for the value of gold to increase past the point, not only for what you paid for the spot price of the item, but to recoup those premiums that you initially paid on that item. But nonetheless, listen, it's a real great way to get an entry level into precious metals, into gold bullion. And yes, there's premiums. A lot of people get caught up on them. And back when I started the channel, there was a lot of talk. It's kind of mellowed out a little bit now. And I think that comes for the reason that people have understood that you can spend 60, 70, 80 pound on a pair of shoes, a new piece of clothing, and you're getting temporary satisfaction from that. You're not getting any investment purpose, and you're certainly not getting an asset. However, when you're buying a 1 gram gold bar, despite the premiums, you're getting an asset that's going to preserve your wealth. It's going to hedge against inflation, and it's going to act as a really, really fun savings account. And at the end of the day, it's really important to keep investing fun, and that helps you to make right financial decisions. Moving across, we have got a bit of silver here. Now, listen, I've got to do a little bit of a quick talk on silver. I'm a big fan of it. I think it's a very, very fun, affordable precious metal to start your investment journey. I feel like it's quite undervalued in the United Kingdom and around the globe, to be honest with you. I know it's an industrial metal that's used heavily in the global markets, from electric cars to medicine and healthcare. And of course, it is a non-renewable resource. It's mined out of the earth, and like anything, it will one day run out. Not in our lifetime, I'm sure, but that will all lead to the price point increasing. Now, for me, I think silver is really fun. I think it's really affordable. Having said that, in the UK, there are some hefty premiums. We pay 20% VAT on top of our silver purchases, which is very, very hard to stomach when there's already some fat premiums that comes with owning silver bullion. However, I've always said I believe diversification is key, covering all aspects of the globe and protecting your investment basket, whether you're investing in the S&P 500, the FTSE 100, precious metals, Bitcoin, property, passive income, semi-passive income, stocks and shares, ISAs. It's good because you're spreading your risk and you're hedging against all of those possible downturns that could come in the market. Not only that, but you're also spreading your chance to yield greater results. So not only by having gold and silver and other investment vehicles, you can really build up a very successful portfolio that is going to allow each of those investment vehicles to counterbalance against each other to help preserve the future of your financial wealth. So overall, in conclusion, what's my favorite precious metal? Well, I've got to be honest, my favorite is the 1 ounce gold in Britannia. Without a doubt, I love it. I think it's the biggest piece that you can own. I think it's sexy. I think it's fantastic how much wealth you can preserve. I think it's fantastic that it's capital gains tax exempt. I absolutely love it. The only downside is the price point is extremely expensive. So that leads me to being a more regular purchaser of 1 gram gold bars and 1/4 ounce gold Britannias. But overall, like I always say, it's better to have some gold rather than no gold. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you very, very much for watching. It's been great fun to film, and I look forward to seeing all of you in the very next episode.